Hello YouTube, this is Dak Backup, and today I'm going to show you my deck and how to use it. This deck is best in the upper arenas. I'm at around 4K Challenger 1, and it is a Lava Hound deck, and it is a swarm deck as well. You'll see I have 3 weak high DPS cards right there, and it also baits out any counters so that you can play the key damage dealer Minion Horde, and Clone is used to overwhelm your opponent. Electro Wizard is for dealing with Inferno Towers and Inferno Dragons and forcing Executioner to retarget once you've sent your miner in. And this deck is hard to upgrade, you'll see, as it has 4 legendaries. So the Lava Hound is necessary. Miner is, you could replace it with Knight, I suppose, or if you had Lumberjack, if you already have Lumberjack but not Miner, you could just replace Miner with another card altogether because you already have a fast tank. Lumberjack is one of the most key cards of this deck. He can't really be replaced, so you kind of need him. And you need Lava Hound, of course, and Elixir Wizard. He's fine if you don't have him. The deck still works very well. I just got him like 3 days ago, and I used to have Zap. I used to be using Zap instead of him, and it works about the same, except he's a bit better than Zap. And to show you how this deck works, I'm going to be friendly battling my sub account and showing you the different counters and how to deal with them and how to draw them out, and you get the idea. So now I'm going to be showing you this deck in action. I apologize I can't do any live battles for you. This app and this application on my computer, it's like trial version, so I can't do over 3 minutes, and I don't want to go into overtime and you miss like a huge chunk of the battle because it times out. So I'm going to be showing you some replays versus people on the ladder. Keep in mind this at like 4K, so like if you did this lower, obviously you'd have a lot more wins with this deck. This is against a guy who used Hog and Elite Barbarians and Inferno Tower and that kind of thing. So I have Skarmy specifically for those types of cards. So you'll notice he does a Hog push. I placed Lumberjack too early, and I played Skeleton Army to counter the Hog, but he zapped it, so I just let him take a few shots since his Hog was already at like a 1/3 health. And notice he just used his only counter to my minions, Fireball, on the Lumberjack and minions, so now he's pretty much defenseless. So now he places Inferno Tower, and I'm not really worried since I have Electro Wizard. Electro Wizard makes Inferno Tower no problem. I send in minions, Minion Horde, since he played his counter, and I clone them all. And that's how this deck works. Say he had another counter, like arrows. He would arrow the whole thing, and the Lava Hound, the clone one, like yeah, he'd kill my minions and everything, but then he'd still have a problem because the clone Lava Hound would pop and just spawn lava pups. So that's how you kind of force your opponent into wasting his counters. and just bait them out, and he'll be defenseless if his counters are out of cycle. Alright, so this one he had Fire Spirits, Fireball, 2 counters to my deck, but I still beat him pretty badly in 3 minutes. Luckily, else I wouldn't be showing this replay. And I countered Hog with Skeleton Army, even though he has the Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit can't take out a whole Skeleton Army. He takes care of that with Valkyrie. And I send in minions to take out the Musketeer. And as well as Mire to take care of the Fire Spirits, but I kind of cloned too late. If I cloned earlier, I could have saved my minions from being killed off by the Fire Spirits, but I still took his tower. And I kind of forgot about that Valkyrie. Kind of ignored him accidentally. Like sometimes when you're playing, you kind of get tunnel vision on just your attack. Plus, it was 6 in the morning when I played this match, so I wasn't exactly thinking my best. Counter it again with Skeleton Army. I don't even know why I did that, knowing that Skeleton Army in cycle. The skeleton to get a few hundred damage off on his tower. I was gonna play Elite Barbs. My Skeleton Army is out of cycle, so I handle it with minions, which are still a decent method to take care of Elite Barbs. Not as good as Skeleton Army, because they don't distract you. So the Elite Barbs, if you counter it with minions, it'll get a few shots off on the tower, or at least it'll come. And you'll notice I cloned right before he fireballed that. So that is always a good move if you know he has fireball, and you can kind of predict when he's gonna fireball, and right before he does, clone it. This way the fireball will kill the clone Lava Hound, and it'll spawn 6 lava pups, which are basically the equivalent damage per second of 3 minions, and they have the health of 6 minions. So that is a very good move for only 3 elixir for the clone, and also it'll take them by surprise, and they probably won't have another card to deal with them. Alright, so this guy, he has Inferno Tower and Fireball and Ice Golem. Now, Ice Golem isn't really a problem unless it's with Zap as well, because Ice Golem Zap combo can take out your minions, but Ice Golem alone cannot. So that's why I'm not really concerned about it. Also, he has Skeleton Army. I use my Electro Wizard on it. Zap hits them all out. But that kind of screwed me over because I didn't know he had an Inferno Tower. So my push kind of got screwed up because I didn't have Electro Wizard to hold off an Inferno Tower. Now he does Goblin Barrel. A good counter for Goblin Barrel in this deck is Skeleton Army, Minions, Lumberjack. There's many different combos you can use in case you don't have Skeleton Army. Or Electro Wizard. Electro Wizard can counter Skeleton or Goblin Barrel, but he'll get a few shots off. And I just let his skeletons take a few shots on my tower because I didn't want to waste my Electro Wizard knowing that he had Inferno Tower. So now he plays through Musketeer on my Lava Hound. And he kind of puts me on the defensive with Goblin Barrel, so you'll notice I kind of ignore Musketeer. And as a result, my push gets screwed up, but I screw up his too. And the Musketeer distracts my Electro Wizard, so I can't take out the Inferno Tower before it kills my Lava Hound. But now he's wasted his Fireball, on my minions, and now my Minion Horde sweeps in. And he does not have a good counter for it, other than Ice Golem, which isn't a good counter, because there's still a huge problem. Then I send in Lumberjack. I still have a tiny sliver left on Electro Wizard, and I kind of just go all out. 1500 health left. He just used another fireball on 2 minions. Kind of screwed himself over there because he wasted his counter. Counter Goblin Barrel again with Skeleton Army. Logs it. But I pretty much got the game now. I take out the Minion Horde, and now I know I've won, so I just want 3 crowns, so I let him take the tower, hoping they'll get the 3 crowns and just clone everything and go ham on him and kill him pretty quickly. So I will be battling my sub account, Sir Brockwood IV, and showing you the different ways your opponent can counter my deck. If you'll remember, it's a Lava Hound deck with a lot of swarms, so obviously there's quite a bit of counters to it. These are essentially 8 groups of cards that your opponent will frequently use to counter Lava Hounds. The Inferno group, this includes like Inferno Dragon as well. These cards are to counter your Lava Hound itself, and Inferno Towers can deal massive damage to your Lava Hound if you let them and don't deal with them correctly. Hog Riders, this is the group that's like the fast cards your opponent uses to push the other lane, like right after you play your Lava Hound and you're low on Elixir and you can't defend as well. So these are kind of like an indirect counter by, like, it's either deal with them or lose a tower basically. And I'll show you how to deal with the opponent that uses these fast push cards. This includes like Hog Rider, Elite Barbarians, Royal Giant, that kind of card. Minion Horde and Minions, these are like the high DPS aerial cards that come in like a swarm basically. It basically just includes Minion Horde. The Furnace, this card is its own group because it continuously spawns fire spirits, which are a counter to your deck. So it's a long-term counter to the Lava Hound deck. The Wizard is the group of like area of effect splash damage cards. This includes like Wizard, Witch, Princess, Ice Wizard, those kinds of cards. Musketeer, the high DPS single target group. This is somewhat similar to the Minion Horde, except that Minion Horde is more like plentiful of the card, and Musketeer is just like a single troop. And actually 3 Musketeers are incredibly hard to deal with this deck, but luckily most people don't carry them. The Arrows, these are like the spells that can counter your minions, like Arrows, Poison, Fireball, those kinds of cards. And Bomber, the ground splash damage cards like Log, Bowler, etc. Now I will be showing you how to deal with Inferno Tower or Inferno Dragon. So let's say I have a lava push going, right, with Hound, and they play Inferno Tower to counter it. So how you're going to deal with that is you're going to use Elixir Wizard to continuously reset the Inferno Tower so that it can't take out your Lava Hound, and then you still have a tank. So, let's say you just placed your Lava Hound, and then they rush the other lane with a fast ground troop like Hog Rider. You're going to deal with that with Skeleton Army. And yeah, that's basically the gist. Same applies for Royal Giant, Elite Barbarians, and remember, if they zap your skeleton army, then you are going to do Minion Horde or Minions instead to counter it. So basically you have 3 counters in this deck, and if worse comes to worse, you can always use Lumberjack if you know they have like log or like something that'll kill off your minions or skeleton army. And Lumberjack works fine against Hog, but against bigger tanks like Royal Giant or Elite Barbarians, it doesn't work well, so you're going to want to use Skeleton Army for those guys. Okay, so now the Minion Horde, or Minions, either one. So, you're going to approach these guys differently. These guys can take out your Lava Hound very quickly. So, let's say I have a Lava Hound going, and he uses Minion Horde on it. How I'm going to deal with this is I'm going to have minions behind my Lava Hound, and then I'm going to hold them off so they do less damage with Elixir Wizard. And you saw how well I deal with that. It deals with Minion Horde pretty well. And if the Minion Horde is in their territory, then it's going to be trickier because you can't use Elixir Wizard's zap effect. But you can still use minions to take it out, it'll just do more damage to your Lava Hound. Or you can use Minion Horde if their like arrows or whatever is cycled through. Okay, so let's say they have Furnace, which is a unique card in that it's the only card in its group that counters Lava Hound. So, say I have Lava Hound, and they place Furnace on defense. Now, knowing that the Fire Spirits have splash damage, I'm going to stagger the minions well behind my Lava Hound towards the center a bit, and wait till the 2 Fire Spirits have spawned. This is important so they don't take out your minions. And the time is, if you time it right, no more Fire Spirits will spawn and destroy your push. And also you can use Elixir Wizard. Elixir Wizard is, just let me cycle through a second. I'm going to be showing you how to deal with it with Elixir Wizard, the Elixir Wizard approach. You can either use minions or Elixir Wizard if you already have minions down and you don't want them to get killed by Fire Spirits. Alright, I'm cycled through. So I'm going to do it on the other lane now since I already took out the other tower and the king tower is almost gone. So let's say you already put down your minions, right? And they put down Fire Spirit, or Furnace. Elixir Wizard is great against Fire Spirits. Watch. It basically it one-shots kill one of them so that they'll leave a sliver of your minion's health on one group. So then you want to take out the Furnace with like Miner or something before the next wave of Fire Spirits spawns. And this way, even if the Fire Spirits do spawn, they'll target your Miner instead of your minions. So your minions will still have a sliver of health, and they're still almost as useful because they'll do the same amount of damage. Now I will show you the largest and most frequently used group of counters to the Lava Hound, which is the Wizard group. That's Witches, Ice Wizard, Princess, those kinds of cards, Baby Dragon. So I'm gonna be doing a Lava Hound push here with minions, and if they put Wizard after you've already put your minions, they're pretty much dead. So you want to take out that counter before you put Minion Horde or Skeleton Army. You can do this with Lumberjack or Miner or a combination of both. And you can also use Electro Wizard, but that's usually overkill. And you kind of get the idea. One important thing with Lava Hound pushes is just wait to see how your opponent reacts. So wait for them to play their counter before you play minions, because if you play Lava Hound and minions right away, then they might have Wizard and they'll be taken out. Look at 3 health. But if you wait and you put Lava Hound and then you wait until you hit 10 and then they put Wizard, then instead of putting minions right away, you can put like a counter to the Wizard, like Lumberjack, Miner, Electro Wizard, and this makes it so that you don't waste 3 elixir. Okay, so now for the single target high DPS cards, I'm going to be using Musketeer as the example, Mega Minion, those kinds of cards. So let's say you have Lava Hound going, and they play Musketeer, which does quite a bit of damage and can take Lava Hound out in about 15 seconds. So how are you going to deal with this? It's not really a good counter to Lava Hound this deck because it has so many swarms. You just use minions, Skeleton Army, Lumberjack, and pretty much anything you want to take it out. It's not that hard to deal with this deck. Okay, so spell cards like arrows, fireball, you name it. These are a huge hindrance to Minion Horde, Skeleton Army. So how this deck deals with them is it essentially baits them out, like it baits out the Wizard and stuff. You can also use this for Wizard with like regular minions and then take it out before playing Lumberjack. You use the same thing for like arrows and stuff. Basically, you start off with Lava Hound. Never do Minion Horde before you do minions. Always do it after you've drawn out their counter, or else they'll be more damaging to you. So let's say you did minions behind it, but they arrow it. No biggie, because you have Minion Horde too. And also, another way to deal with this is I'm gonna try to take out this push before it defeats me, so I can show you the other way to deal with this. And cycle through really quick. Okay. Wait, I need to cycle my main or my sub account as well. Alright, I'm all cycled now. So I'm going to show you the other way of doing it. If they have 2 counters, like fireball and arrows, or even 3, then you're going to deal with it through another approach. And this is essentially making another bait as well as the minions and the Skeleton Army. See, if you clone the minions and the Lava Hound, and then they arrow it, then they have 6 lava pups to deal with, and they're gonna have to counter that too. So that would draw out their other counter, leaving you to play Minion Horde after. So basically you use that strategy if you know they have quite a few counters, splash damage cards to your deck. And also you can use... Okay, so next group is bombers, bowlers, those kinds of cards. They strictly target ground and they deal splash damage. Now these cards they're actually really not a problem for this deck, but I'm still going to show you how to deal with them anyways, because unlike the aerial splash damage cards, the Lava Hound won't draw their fire away from like minions or whatever. So you need to use a different approach in protecting your skeleton army. So let's say I have a Lava Hound push and I have skeleton army behind it, right? And they play bomber. Now the bomber wouldn't target the Lava Hound, it would just go for the skeletons. So basically what you're gonna want to do is only play skeleton army if you know their ground area effect cards out of cycle. And this way they won't take it out and gain elixir advantage. This applies to log as well. If you know they have log and you're say on defense against Hog Rider and you know they're gonna log your skeleton army if you play against Hog Rider. Most players, they'll play the log ahead of time. So what you want to do is you're gonna want to put your skeleton army towards like the middle, and the log will come down this area. And it'll miss the skeleton army, and the skeletons will still take out the hog. Or also, a better strategy is like minions. Their air, they can't be taken out by log. If you know they have log, don't play skeleton army. Yeah, just don't play skeleton army unless their ground counter is out of cycle or it's on your turf and you can play it in the middle where they can't reach it. I'm going to be showing you guys some different offensive combos on the trainer. First off, I'm going to do Electro Wizard and Lumberjack Miner. This works with Lumberjack Miner, even minions if you want. So Electro Wizard has a unique effect in that if you use him say on defense, say I just defended him and he's already crossed that bridge, and I want to do a counter push with him, but I can't if he crossed the bridge. Then you can send in Lumberjack, and he will cause the tower to retarget him, and the tower will then target Lumberjack. And he'll still be alive with a sliver of health, and this will essentially maximize damage per second. And yeah, so obviously it's hard to time that well, but you can send in your Lumberjack when he's at even when he's at full health. Just send him in. He'll probably be at half health by the time the tower retargets onto the Lumberjack. If you do it with minions, you want to wait as long as you can because they have less health than the Lumberjack. So you're going to want to send him in, wait till he's at like half, and then send in minions. That way he'll tank for the minions, and then the minions will tank for him when he's at extremely low health, and you maximize your damage for only 7 elixir. Another good card to do is Miner, but it's not as good because Miner won't do that much damage himself to the tower. Another great combo is Miner and either Lava Hound or minions. Now I'm going to be showing you each example, or Minion Horde for that matter, or Skeleton Army or Swarm with high DPS but low health. So I'm going to be cycling through here. Or Lumberjack too. Lumberjack works, but not as well as the Miner, because he's not as fast response, but
if you know they're about to die, or you have a bit of time in advance to prepare, then yeah, use Lumberjack instead, because he'll rage them too. So let's say you just used Minion Horde on defense, right? And now you want to start a push, counter push. You can mine it, send him mine it, and he'll tank for the minions. And they will do massive damage. You'll see they just took out a tower. That just cost you 3 elixir. Because the Minion Horde was already used for defense, and you already spent that. So now I'm going to cycle through and show you the lava Hound combo with mine. Once I get enough elixir, I'm going to show you. So the Lava Hound works very well with Miner, because it serves as sort of a surprise attack. Like a last minute thing that he doesn't really have time to adjust to. I'm just gonna send in my Lava Hound. I don't really care that Musketeer's damaging it. Wait until the Lava Hound has low health. And when it's about a sliver, send in Miner. Miner will tank for it, and the Lava Pups will do a lot of damage. Now, they didn't do as much that time because I didn't take out the Dark Goblin, because I don't really care. I'm just showing you the basic strategy. I'm not actually trying to win matches. But that's basically the idea. Send in Miner last minute when the Lava Pups are about to come out and go tank for them. So I call this one the future clone. So you're gonna time clone perfectly. Let's say just for plausibility we do minions behind it. And we know they have arrows, right? So they're gonna arrow it, and right before they arrow it, we're gonna clone like that, and that will pop the Lava Hound open and basically give you 3 more minions. And this will usually take a tower if you time it right. If not, then you kinda wasted a clone, but you'll still have a clone Lava Hound, which can do some good. Also, you can do this with Lumberjack. If you have Lumberjack and minions behind it, you can clone the Lumberjack and minions right before they arrow it, or fireball it, or whatever. And this will kill the Lumberjack, activate the rage, and then you'll have a raged Lumberjack to deal with, which is almost as deadly. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you this Lumberjack clone trick. So basically, clone is going to push the Lumberjack to the right. This only works on the left hand side, and the tower will target the normal Lumberjack first, or the clone Lumberjack first, and he will die, raging the normal Lumberjack. See, right there, massive damage per second. Now keep in mind this trainer is very high level. He's level 12, so if I were playing against, like, I don't know what skill level you guys are at, but if I were, say, 3k trophies, it would be a lot more of a level trainer, so, or a lot lower level opponent, so the Rage Lumberjack would have a much greater impact, and that is already a great impact. You'll see that's like 2,000 damage. So now I'm going to be showing you the clone retarget trick. And
this is a very tricky one to pull off. It only works if their counter is placed a certain way. So, let's say you have Lava Hound up and running, and they counter it with like Wizard or Musketeer or pretty much anything that is focused on the Lava Hound. It has to be focused on the Lava Hound. And I'm gonna put down my Wizard. And let's say you already have Minion Horde, right? Behind the Lava Hound. What you can do is you can push the minions off to the left with Clone, so they attack the counter and take it out before it becomes too much of a problem. Now this works especially well if their troops are more like to the right or left, depending on which side you're pushing. Like if they're closer to your push, it works better. If they're towards the middle, you can't really pull it off. But if they're a little bit to the side, you can usually pull it off. Alright, for this next trick, it works basically the same way as the clone retarget. This is the clone dodge, and you'll be using clone's properties of kind of pushing the clone units apart to sort of save one of your troops. So let's say they have a furnace. This works better on more predictable cards. It would be extremely difficult to pull this off with like arrows or even zap. It works better with like predictable cards like Fire Spirits or Ice Spirits or Ice Golem or something like that. And I'm going to be showing you. Let's say I'm going to wait for the next group's Fire Spirits. So let's say I have a Minion Horde heading in right, and I want to save them from being killed off by the Fire Spirits. I'm going to push them off so the Fire Spirits target the other one. And now you'll see that the other clones, the other minions are still alive, and now they can do some damage against the tower. And yeah, you can do this with different counters. You can do it with Ice Spirits as well. Like I said, harder to do with spells